I am a firm believer that you should be side quest maxing during your single days. Is that how the kids are saying it these days? Hey guys, welcome back to the pod. It's Tia. Welcome back, lovelies. If you're here every week when we sit down and I just word vomit to you guys, welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. I just get on here and share my thoughts every now and then. So, side quest maxing. I saw somebody say that on TikTok and I thought that was such a great way to put it. I think that's a Gen Alpha term, maxing, whatever. I know it wasn't Gen Z that came up with that. At least I'm older Gen Z, so maybe it's younger Gen Z. I don't know. Somebody let me know. I don't know. There's a new term all the time. I work with students, I work in education, but there's always something new and I can't keep up fast enough. So for the sake of this chat, I am going to use the term side quest maxing. So as many of you guys know, I am in my single period of life and I have my thoughts, feelings around that, on occasion, but for the most part, I'm kind of enjoying it. And I think that when I saw that TikTok that said something about side quest maxing, it just so deeply resonated with me because the thing is, I think it's really easy to get stuck when you're in your single period of time with like the idea of like, oh no, when is it going to be over? And when's whoever going to show up? When am I going to have a partner again? Or will I ever have a partner? Will there ever be like relational permanence in my life? And like, while those thoughts are all very real and valid, I just think that I'm at a really weird window of time right now where I understand that either I could get locked down super quick because I'm in my upper 20s and like, you know how people as they get older make more concrete decisions with relationships. I that could happen at the drop of a hat. And so right now, I think it's just up to me to just enjoy where I'm at. There's no real relationship on the horizon. What do I want to do at that time? Asking the question of what you want to do with your time should not have to be such a daunting or depressing thought. Now, I know it's easy to get hung up like when, like for example, with me, like some of my friends are getting in new relationships and I love that for them and I'm super happy for them. But sometimes it gets hard to watch. Because then you're like, well, when's my time coming? Or you think, like, am I doing something wrong? Is something wrong with me? And the thing is, something actually might not be wrong with you. Well, I would recommend going to therapy. Everybody needs therapy. There's a little something spicy, neurospicy about all of us. But the reality is, in theory, there actually might not be anything wrong with you. It's just not your time yet. And that's okay. And so just, go on all your little adventures. Like right now, I just started a new job as a music teacher. This is another part-time job I'm stacking into my side quests, all my little weird part-time jobs that I do. And honestly, like I just know that this next position is going to be super fulfilling. I'm a musician. I love music. I love kids. And the thing is, I know for a fact that if conditions in my life were very different right now, I would probably not get the chance to do that, consider that, or realistically just make it happen. But the thing is, with where I'm at in life right now, I get to make these things happen because I don't have the constraints of a relationship. And the thing is, yes, do I get sad and lonely sometimes? I do. We all do. This is a real human thing. We all crave companionship and connection for the most part, right? But in the meantime, you don't have to like necessarily dangerously live it up. I mean, that's all up to you guys. I mean, everybody's got free will. Y'all do whatever you want. But you don't have to necessarily have this idea of like, okay, well, let's go have a reckless girl summer. I know I jokingly said that on my stream like a couple like weeks ago, but like, you can have a hot girl summer, reckless girl summer if you want. I wouldn't recommend. But like, do something with where you're at. You don't have to just be a sitting duck. You don't have to just be planted where you are, doing nothing, not growing, stretching, discovering who you are. Like, this is such a good time, actually. And you may never have this time again. And that's the crazy part. You might never get the chance to be single again. And that's not to say that relationships are bad or that marriage is bad or anything like that. But the thing is, it is so drastically different when you are a single person. Relationships are beautiful, marriage is beautiful, and that comes with a different level of responsibility. You're gonna have to give up things when you get there. And again, not a bad thing. It's just different. Your life looks different. And the thing is, in the meantime, just, figure out as much as you want of who you know you are or who you want to be. Take those trips and pick up those weird, odd jobs that you might not be able to do in the future. Just try something new. Do it. Like, who is there stopping you but yourself? This could be a really cool time to fill up your life with all kinds of incredible lore. Like, honestly, like, I feel like I am in the era of my life where I'm writing a lot of really cool lore. Like, if I do have kids, I will get to tell my kids these stories of like these little side quests I went on and all these odd jobs that I held and, these really cool opportunities that I got to be a part of during the single window of time. And like, even if it's not just for them, and even if it's not just for me, for someone else, I am leaving some sort of mark in their life. Like with my students, they're getting to grow who they are because they have someone to look up to. And that's not to say that I'm great, but I get to be a part of someone's journey. And I think that's really, really meaningful because one of the things you can do at this time is to be the person that you probably needed all those years back. And that is such a cool thought that someday somebody will get to look back on this period of time that you might have been like, fighting through a lot, but you wanted to still pour out to someone else. They're going to look back on that time and they will remember that you left a mark in their life, hopefully a positive one. And that's just such a cool thought because sometimes we do have to look outside ourselves, and maybe not get so zeroed in on the ideas that we think are so important and the details that we think have to happen a certain way for us. We have to get a bigger view, zoom out a little bit, maybe, maybe it does feel terrible right now and that's okay, but it doesn't have to stay terrible. You'll get over this hump and maybe you'll be single for a while more. Maybe you won't be single tomorrow. Who knows? I don't know. None of us know. But regardless, you really only live once. That doesn't have to be a morbid thought or a scary thought, but make it meaningful. You're never going to have today again. Ever. What are you doing? And that's not to put unrealistic pressure on you or anyone, but this time, this day, this week, this month, this year, it won't ever happen again. You get to decide what happens with it. And if you are in that single period of time, you get to truly fill it with whatever it is that you want for right now. And that can be a really good time for growth, self-discovery, and all the things. You're never going to have that time again. And as I hear it from like my friends that are in really well locked down relationships, marriages, they wish that they valued that time a little bit more. Not because they hate being married or being in a relationship, but because it truly changes everything. Anyway, those are all my thoughts for this week. I have a bunch of side quest stuff to actually go to now, so I have to go sit in a rehearsal tonight at the music school I work at, and I'm really excited for that. And again, this is something I would have not done probably if I was in a relationship or if conditions in my life were different. If things actually had played out the way I thought they were supposed to happen, I would definitely not be doing that. And that's a crazy thought. So actually, I'm kind of glad things in my life derailed. So anyway, those are all my thoughts for this week, guys. Go and do the most side quest maxing that you want. Figure out what it is that you want to do with this time. And I don't know. Carpe diem, or whatever the saying is. Seize the day. Don't allow the day to seize you. Seize it before it seizes you. Anyways, I'm going to stop talking now, but I love you guys. Go have an amazing week. I know this is shorter than most of my chats are, but those were all the thoughts I wanted to get out. And yeah, you're going to be great. This is going to be great. Don't forget to go touch some grass, talk to real people. Social media is fake. I will see you guys really, really, really soon. Bye, guys.